Hello dear, welcome to this amazing new episode of Know Your Worth Woman, where I will talk to you today about a problem which every working mother is facing in her life, and also those women who live in large families full of so much of social commitment, household work, होता है ना, and even they find it so challenging to balance the time between their responsibilities and their children. Now, we women, we face a lot of this kind of a challenge in our life, and the worst part is that हम लोग we feel that we are compromising with the time of our kids and we end up feeling guilty about it. It's like अपने आप को इतना ज़्यादा guilty feel कराते हैं और ये guilt की बीमारी खत्म ही नहीं होती है. So in case you are a woman who is facing this challenge in your life too, like so many others, then this episode is definitely going to help you, my dear. Welcome to this amazing new episode of Know Your Worth Woman, where I will talk to you today about a problem which every working mother is facing in her life, and also those women who live in large families full of so much of social commitment, household work, होता है ना, and even they find it so challenging to balance the time between their responsibilities and their children. Now, we women, we face a lot of this kind of a challenge in our life, and the worst part is that हम लोग we feel that we are compromising with the time of our kids and we end up feeling guilty about it. It's like अपने आप को इतना ज़्यादा guilty feel कराते हैं और ये guilt की बीमारी खत्म ही नहीं होती है. So in case you are a woman who is facing this challenge in your life too, like so many others, then this episode is definitely going to help you, my dear. But before I get into this subject, let me give you what I call my superwoman introduction. So I am Ritu Agarwal, mother to two awesome boys, married to a loving superhuman, my equal half, and once a shy, timid, quiet and a typical homemaker, evolved into a lifelong spiritual seeker, a counselor, a psychologist, and now a people connecting, real talking, big thinking, coffee loving author and the chief disability coach of my company called I Deserve. And I work with women just like me and you and help them live a life of self-love, self-respect, self-worth and self-sufficiency through my healthfully, mindfully, heartfully, soulfully created coaching programs, workshops and courses. I cannot be limited by a box with just one label because I know that I am deserving and so are you. And I am living my best life and you can do that too. So let's start this journey of your best life by learning how to create a healthy balance between your work and other family commitments, maybe your child and other household works without feeling guilty at all. ये guilt नहीं लाना है. So now if you are giving time to your work, it does not mean that you are not giving time to your child. जब काम करते हैं तब हम लोग को हमेशा guilty feeling होता है कि अरे यार मेरा बच्चा क्या कर रहा होगा, I'm ignoring him and all my thoughts are like why am I working so much, I should spend time with my kid and vice versa also. मतलब जब हम लोग अपने बच्चों को time दे रहे होते हैं, physically we might be there with them but mentally we are not there with them at all. Why? Because we are thinking यार क्या life है ये, सिर्फ बच्चों के पीछे मेरी life जाएगी क्या, मैं अपना कभी कुछ कर नहीं पाऊंगी, how will my work go, मैं start तो कर दी, मैं ख़त्म कैसे करूँगी. It can just go on and on and on in our heads all the time. होता है कि नहीं होता है? I mean, when I started my work, I faced this too in my life, but eventually when I understood the technique of how can I actually strategically block my time. When I learned this technique, my life changed totally because I was 100% present at my work when I was doing my work, and I am giving my 100% time to my child when I am with my child, and that changed my world altogether. No more guilt over here. So now what I used to do is I used to make my timetable of the entire week फॉर द इंटायर वीक मैं अपनी टाइम टेबल को संडे को बना लेती थी. संडे जस्ट 1 hour, 1.5 hours आई टू सिट डाउन एंड ब्लॉक माई टाइम कि इस टाइम से इस टाइम तक मैं काम करूंगी, इस टाइम से इस टाइम मैं अपनी फैमिली को देखूंगी, इस टाइम से इस टाइम बच्चों के संग रहूंगी. And you know, for that matter, even इस टाइम से इस टाइम पे maybe sometime I'll spend time for myself also, for my needs also. So this Sunday you can just go around and just make your timetable for the entire week. You can block your time accordingly. Again, हम लोग time block तो कर लेंगे, but then one more very important thing which we need to do is we need to preview the next day one night before. Okay, so we need to make whatever changes is necessary because होता ही है ना कुछ काम कभी ना कभी एक्स्ट्रा आ ही जाता है. कभी मदर इन लॉ बोल दी कि अरे कल यहाँ जाना है, कभी बच्चों का कभी बच्चे बीमार हो गए, कभी बच्चों की कुछ अपॉइंटमेंट आ गई जो आपका प्लानिंग में नहीं है. सो वी हैव टू कीप रिव्यूइंग इट, बट देन दैट रिव्यू नीड्स टू बी डन one night before. Not कि Monday morning उठे और अरे ये भी काम है वो भी काम है, and then Monday when you get up you have to get up with a clean thing. फिर भी कभी कभी आ सकती है कि एक्स्ट्रा काम आ गया, that's okay. I feel that's okay. थोड़ा बहुत adjustment सब कर सकते हैं, but still in your mind, and it's something like we need to plan it hourly, not something कि अच्छा ये भी करना है वो भी करना है, वो तो करना ही है, but at the same time we need to hourly block our timetable. जैसे सुबह 8 से 10 मैं अपना घर का breakfast, my husband is leaving for breakfast and I need to take care of my family needs, so I'm there. Maybe 10 o'clock my child is also in the school, so 10 to 1 I can work dedicatedly, and that time when it's work, it's actually show time, my work time. और फिर 1 बजे घर आके फिर बच्चों को देख लिया 2 घंटा, स्कूल से आए हैं उन लोग, their lunch, and then you can spend time with them, quality time with them I would say. And then again once they are busy with their scheduling, you can also do your thing stuff, whatever you need to do for that matter. और एक और बात बोलूँ आपको, along with all these things you can actually build the same habit in your child, and that's the, I would say, the icing on top of the cake. It's amazing if you can inculcate this habit in your child as well. आप लोग दोनों साथ में मिलके you can block your time. Even एक बच्चे के अंदर भी वो आदत आ जाएगी कि हाँ मुझे मेरे इस टाइम पे मेरे खेलने की टाइम है, and इस टाइम में मेरी पढ़ाई करने की टाइम है, and this time I'm going to spend my time with my mom or my dad or whoever for that matter. I do that with my younger one. He's 7 years old, and every Sunday he sits with me and he makes his whole schedule, and he's super duper excited about the same thing. He loves it. He's like, अच्छा अब क्या करना है, and he respects my time and he respects his time. There are times, in fact, when I tell him that okay, chalo, I can spend time. No, he tells me, no, mama, you have your work. Go and do your work. You give me your schedule. So he comes and tells me that, and I feel so proud about it. Focus on quality time, dear, not quantity time. जब आप अपने बच्चे के संग टाइम स्केड्यूलिंग भी कर रहे हैं ना, so that's like quality time. You're spending, you're teaching a child something, plus you're interacting with your child. A child is a very emotional being, and they understand energies. So even if you're whole day with your child and you're irritated and you're showing your frustration कि ये ठीक नहीं है वो ठीक नहीं है, it becomes like you kind of become an overprotective parent, and then at the end वो connection lost हो जाता है. So don't do that with your child and yourself too. Focus on quality time and not quantity time. So quality time when you can really connect with your child deeply, the deep connection, that should be there. That should be your focus. Instead of physically being present with your child for 5 hours, with your mind wandering all over for 4 hours maybe, it is better to be present physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually for just 1 hour, 2 hours, and spend the rest of the 3 hours within your work time. Do things that you both enjoy the most. Include other family members too if you can do during that time. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. So listen more than you talk. भगवान हमें 2 कान दिए and 1 माउथ दिए, right? क्यों? Why? We are meant to listen more and talk less, but हम लोग एकदम उल्टा करते हैं. And especially when it comes to our kids, we are like, they are like the punching bags, I would say. कि हमारा जो जितना इरिटेशन है, वर्क का इरिटेशन, फैमिली का इरिटेशन, सब इरिटेशन हमारे बच्चों पे ही निकलता है। एंड हम लोग पूरे दिन हम लोग क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ ज्ञान की बात करते रहते हैं उनके संग। दे डोंट वांट ज्ञान, दे नो इट ऑल। वी ऑल नो what are we supposed to do. Think of the time when you were young and your parents used to go on saying ये करो, ये मत करो, ऐसे करो, वैसे मत करो। कैसा लगता था उस समय? कभी कभी गुस्सा आता होगा ना, लगता था ना, आई नो इट ऑल, मेरे को सब पता है, क्यों बोल रहे हैं सब चीज़। एंड our children for that matter is going through the same thing. They need to be heard. Talk to them about their friends, talk to them about their life, talk to them about them and not about what you want to hear. And one more thing, ask for help. Whenever you are stuck, just ask for help. This is one of the reasons I'm building this big and strong community of women in I Deserve. Ask for help from your family members. The child is a part of the family. अगर आप कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो अपने हेल्प मांगिए, अपनी सिस्टर से, अपने मॉम से, अपने डैड से। कितने लोग हैं जो आपको हेल्प कर सकते हैं? And now if you say that I don't have anybody, then you have to check your own self first, right? Because there are so many people willing to help us, but we are not willing to take their help. And if nobody, then you can even call for help from a nanny or a governess or a babysitter for some time if required. And one more thing, talk and communicate. Talk to your child about your work and responsibilities. They are little in bodies, but trust me, they are grand in their minds and they understand everything. In fact, talk to your child about your work and your responsibilities. Talking here does not mean complaining about your work issues and other problems. Talking to them about how much you enjoy your work. Tell them how you work, and how your work is actually adding value to people's lives. Tell them what good you are doing. Make them feel as if they are a part of it. Ask them what else can you do to do better. Sometimes हम लोग को लगता है कि उन लोग क्या समझेंगे, but even whether they understand or they don't understand, but if they feel a part of you and your work, they will give you that freedom. And plus at the same time, they are also learning this culture from you. So make sure that you involve them in your work. I discuss my work with my kids, and now my younger one sits with me and he talks to me, tell me about law of attraction, mom tell me about this, tell me how can I manifest this in my life. Anything he needs, he goes and talks to his brother about it, and his brother also comes, acha ye sach mein ho jayega. I'm like, haan. Then as a family we sit together and we discuss about this topic, and it is such a beautiful time, right? School mein we can go on teaching them subjects, we can go on giving them ye padhai wo padhai, but teach them values. That's the most important thing, and that comes when you can directly heart to heart connect with your child. So they will understand and appreciate what you do and will feel like they too are a part of it, and then they will not impose themselves on you when you're working, and you will not feel guilty. Simple. And now what about your guilt which you are facing now? Okay, so you can in fact teach your child time management from now itself, like we've spoken in point number 1. Imagine what they are going to achieve when they grow up. Step 2, remember, you are creating a better and a healthier bond between you and your child. Quality over quantity always. In step 3, we learned that you involve everyone who is there around you, right? And that is going to create a massive impact. And in the step 4, which we learned, that's going to fill your kid with so much of self-respect, self-worth, and he or she will feel as if they are a part of something bigger. And as a bonus, you never know, they would come up with $1 million idea for you in your in any conversation which you're having with them, right? So tell me, where is the guilt now? So do share this with all other women in your tribe who you feel that they really need to hear this, and let me know in the comments, what do you feel about this episode? I am sure that you've enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed making it for you, and so I invite you to be a part of my I Deserve family. You can start by just subscribing to my channel and by liking, commenting and sharing this video with at least 5 of your friends. Love becomes bliss, joy becomes ecstasy, and knowledge becomes wisdom only and only by sharing more and more. So definitely spread this. And I wish you a life full of self-love, self-respect, self-worth and self-sufficiency because you deserve it. Thank you.